Hello everybody, and welcome back to Path of Exile 2. I decided to hang out with the Witch today, because, you know, need a little bit of variety in our grindy gaming stuff here. So let's go ahead, we'll grab ourselves a waystone that seems like it might be something reasonable. This one's problem is that it has shot ground, but it adds some bramble monsters, which, you know, I don't know. I guess that's not too bad. We'll just go ahead and do that one. I'm not really trying to seriously get into maps right now, so let's go ahead. I don't want to do a sun temple. That's gonna be annoying. Let's see. What do we want to do as far as our map today? And I don't really feel like fighting a boss either. Let's go over here and do that. Okay. So yeah, this is my essence drain Lich that I've been using. So let's try to get through this as best we can. We can get the chain reaction started with the essence drain and the contagion and all that stuff. Usually, we can get this going really well. But the problem is that some of these things, I'm really trying to focus on not dying. The problem is that there's so many monsters on the map, and they don't necessarily die fast enough to prevent you from dying. So, yeah. Trying to keep moving around. So for my, I've made a couple of decisions. I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about what I'm doing right now. I went with Blasphemy and decided to try to do both Temporal Chains and Despair. The only problem is that makes it so that I can't use my Skeletal Warriors, which, well, I mean, I guess I can get a couple out of that. Not sure how I was able to do that. I didn't really have enough. I was trying to juggle spirit around to get these things to work the way I wanted it to, and I didn't think I had enough spirit to have any skeletons out. But hey, choose better than nothing. So actually, that's I can live with that. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say something, but never mind. It doesn't apply. This is basically just the difference between 2 skeletons versus 4 skeletons, and I can live with just having 2 skeletons. Mostly, I like the Temporal Chains, aura that Blasphemy is giving me right now, because it slows everything down and makes it harder for them to kill me. And then if you can get enough spirit out of everything, then you can also add the Despair aura, so that you don't have to cast it, and it's just an aura that stays around you the whole time, which is really nice. Especially if you can get the wider range. So if you can slow them down and get the aura like this, I feel like that's probably going to be a really solid setup, especially for clearing things. Because it basically slows everything down. It slows all of your enemies down. And then you're not sitting there having to constantly cast... You're not sitting there having to constantly cast Despair if you want to, like, buff your damage output. Now, that's going to make it a little bit more difficult for boss fights and stuff like that, just because, you know... But so I'm thinking, I don't know how I feel about this tree here, because it's nice to get the mana regen is nice. I don't really ever run out of mana. I'm not a big fan of this though. 10% of damage bypasses energy shield. I don't know how terrible of a thing that is. I'm feeling I want to take these off and maybe go back to something else, or I don't know. Like, I could get more energy shield and a little bit more. It costs more. This one costs. Non-channeling spells cost an additional 3% of. Yeah, so this would bring our energy shield down, but they'll do more damage. And spending energy shield doesn't, I don't know. I really feel like this right here, because what happens is that if my energy shield goes all the way down and then my health goes down, I have convalescence over here, which will cause it to recharge, which is great. But as long as I have any energy shield, like if my health is down here and then I spam the convalescence to not die, then my health stays right here. Like there's no healing. I can't use any of my healing potions, which wouldn't be a problem if I had access to this one. I mean, I guess if I could get to this here and then potions would affect my energy shield, that would be great. But I think I'm not happy with. I don't think I'm happy with at least these two here. The whole point of this is to make it so that I don't know. Yeah, the whole point of this Eternal Life here is to mitigate the 10% of damage that you're going to take from things going through your energy shield. But I think a 90% damage reduction when half of my health is coming out of, you know, my life here is probably not the worst thing in the world. I don't think I want to do anything that's going to cause me to use up my energy shield just to use my magic. I think this particular thing here, you would need to have some, I don't know. It does not interrupt recharge. I'd have to see how that works. I'm thinking I might take these two out and go with this here because it'll do more damage. And it'll pull from something that's basically a first layer of defense anyway. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. We'll probably try it just to see how it works. But I'm not it's fine most of the time when, you know, I'm at full health and it's not that big of a deal. But once your health goes down, and then your energy shield comes back, and you're just constantly walking around with half health, you know, like, it's a little nerve-wracking. A little bit nerve-wracking. Not a big fan. Alright, let's go this way, around the side. It's really nice if I can keep despair on these things as much as possible, because that drastically increases the damage output, which clears things much faster. So we definitely want to make sure we're trying to do that as much as we can. But we want to be super careful about how close we get to everything, because we don't want to get down into dipping. We don't want to get down to where we're dipping into our health reserves. You know, like. Okay. I'm just trying to head up. I'm really glad that they added these icons for the bosses. So now you don't have to go through every single square inch of the map trying to find these guys. Okay. Try to clear out all the trash first, so focus fire on the boss. It's kind of annoying when you're trying to kill something and everything's just kind of in your way. Not going to get an opportunity for it, though. There's some kind of delay requirement or something for the convalescence. Like, I try to spam it sometimes, and it still just will not cast it. Did not mean... Oh, sorry, I had my dialogue stuff turned down for a little bit. Okay. Trailblazer armor. I did not mean to pick up this broadhead quiver or this warmonger helm. Not really sure how I ended up picking those up, but did not mean to. Okay. Come on. Ah! See what I mean? Like, now I'm stuck with a little bit of health missing until I dip down into where they start taking my health again. So it's, you know, there's just, I don't know. And like I can press the potion button as much as I want. It doesn't do anything. So I don't really like that. like having all this extra health. I want to keep it. I don't even really want to go with the Chaos Immunity, because then I end up sacrificing half of my HP reserves. It wouldn't be a problem if I had crazy amounts of Energy Shield, which I'm sure at some point, if I can get my build... Oh no. I tried to dodge roll out of the way, but let me... Oh crap.
Too soon.
Convalescence. Gotta get this applied to as much as I can so these things start dying. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. That almost went really bad. Okay, that takes care of them. Let's go get this guy. Gotta get our effigy out there so it does some additional damage. Hey, nice.
Suffer and die.
Yeah, I leveled up and my health still didn't change. See what I mean? Like, it's a massively, like, punishing kind of thing. I know that to like people who are a little bit less concerned about that kind of stuff, it doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but it's a big deal to me. I don't know. As someone who, you know, isn't necessarily the most careful person in the world, I like having the buffer. I like having a buffer. Let's go down this way, try to get to this rare. See, they don't really want us doing screen clears with it. Look at all these monsters, man. Like, if you don't have a screen clear ability that allows you to, like, wipe things out, how are you supposed to deal with all of this? You know, having meaningful combat. Like, what does meaningful combat mean if you're still swarmed with enemies?
Death is my power to wield.
I don't know, man. I'll pick up wands on the off chance that some of them drop something that's really good, or something that I can maybe, like, I pick up the white wands on the off chance that maybe I can find something that has a higher, I can get really lucky and get something that gives me a little bit of a higher chaos damage boost or spell damage boost in general. Okay. Take the Regal Shard, secure your thingy there. Yeah, so, yeah, I'm thinking, I'm not sure how much, it's hard to know how much, a 3% per cast is gonna hurt me, especially if it's constantly recharging, but I don't know. I feel like that's going to be a massive punishment. I don't know that that'll be sustainable.
Death and decay.
Sorry, I was spamming my convalescence, trying to get my energy shield to start recharging a little bit faster, because we're down into health again. there. Oh, let's go get this guy first, I guess. Look how long it's taken us to get through this freaking map. Like even with the markers for the bad guys, it's like it's taking a really long time to do this. Keep my effigy up. I gotta try to keep him in the aura as best I can, but the only issue that you have with the blasphemy is that the aura itself isn't really that big. Well, you used to be able to get it. I used to be able to get the aura mostly screen wide, but they've nerfed the radii for these things. So now you can maybe get like a half a screen. Focus on killing this guy. Just die. Just die. Just die. It's okay. Grounding charm. Okay. So yeah, let's go back real quick. Oh yeah, I never did my level up here. We're working our way up this chaos damage node right here. And then yeah, I'm gonna try this and see how bad it hurts.
What is it?
Because I'm not a big fan of that. So I'm thinking we can. I don't mind a little bit of damage bypassing my energy shield because it's 10%, so it shouldn't be that big of a problem. Because any kind of a big hit is gonna slam through my energy shield anyway and probably kill me. So that's my thought process behind that. So I'm thinking the only other option is this here. We'll give it a try.
What a strategy.
Greetings.
We'll give it a try. I am not confident in I'm not confident in how good that's going to be, but we'll give it a try. We will give it a try. Cast speed and spell damage versus my 30, well, but it's the +1 to all of my chaos spells, I think, that's making the current wand really nice. So I have a higher spell damage and I'm not getting the extra, like, I need like a very specific set of things to pop up for this to be worth it. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm gonna be able to, I'd have to go specifically. Ooh. That actually might not be terrible. Nah, because I lose the level. Yeah, it's the level that's making it the most, like, that's the level is what makes it the most useful. Fire resistance. I actually really need some fire resistance. I think I'm gonna go ahead and swap this out. My cold resistance was actually not terrible, and I can always. So let's put the artificer orb on there. Do I have any? I'm sorry, socket levels. Do I have any glacier ones? I got a desert rune and a glacier one. And yeah, cold is my least covered thing. So at least now we're at least at 50% on everything, so that's good. I can live with that. So we'll break down all this stuff that we did here.
Greetings.
Because none of that's really going to be useful. Let's do that. And then we can go to, what am I looking for? Charms. Grounding charm. And a dousing charm, which doesn't really help us at all. And then let's see here for 13. What level are our skills now? 16? 15 really, I guess. So yeah, we're already at the max for that. All right, back in we go to finish this map. This map is taking us a very long time to finish. I recognize that, and I apologize, but you know,
Wither
this
away.
stuff takes as long as it takes. already tell this is not going to work. Like, it says it doesn't interrupt recharge, but, you know, as long as I'm taking damage.
I need more time.
Alright, well, that takes care of that. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna leave it for now.
Yes.
Maybe the next time I play this character, I can try to check out and see if something would be better. But I don't know. It just doesn't. I don't like watching that constantly going up and down, up and down, and up and down. Just from like, I mean, I guess most of that was coming from things attacking me. I don't know. It's hard to know. It's hard to know what the best options are. What I do know is I really, really don't like this node right here. In theory, it's cool unless you get unlucky and your energy shield recharges before you can fill your health back up. And then you're screwed because you can't change it once that happens. That's the only part of it I don't like. Anyways, that's going to be it for today's episode. Hopefully you guys had lots of fun. Be sure to click the like button, subscribe to help us reach 10,000 subscribers. Join as a member for early access to videos, among other perks, where you can just leave YouTube's version of a tip with the thanks button. I also have PayPal and Patreon links for those of you who prefer to go that route. And those options are there for your convenience. So again, thank you very much for your time. Be sure to come back for our next video, and I'll see you then.